Abo Yamamunya Jo Mamunya Kwaba. Eba Power 97.9 Kasa Fidie so ewan crying. Arubese Street ena yebutu osu. Ena ya kamusa Kasiebo ya yede ebremono. Radio station, any TV station, do one Ghana ha. Kasiebo wasom ya enede yede ebremo. Water Power 94.1. Ewo Global FM ewo Sharp 106.9 Takrade. And Sroma 92.1 Krankwanta. Buam FM ewo Jasekai. Jinyame 107.7 or Sampa. Nananum 92.5 for Hafugoso. Western Radio 100.3 Welembele. KFM ewo Pazengrigi FM Oboli. Vinci Radio Nini TV ewo Dunkwa Orofin. Obunyina Kasiebo wamu ekremu ebi. Loud Silence TV afa Kasiebo ebia. Adisiyen mu ehwebie. High Radio ewo Bechem. When Pansampa Win FM ewo Pusiga. Wamunyina ekran semi mu a. Ena ede ahwefo ede etiefo nyina no etiebi ahwebi ede afaso. Ye kamsa Kasiebo ya ede bremwe. RadioSMOnline.com ekutem. Apple 68 ewo Virginia. USA Dice Radio Italy. Adamfopa Radio ewo Paris. G-Live Radio UK. OPD Radio ewo UK. Wamunyina ekran semi mu a. Yade esomo ena edei. And some yade ebe ni edimu akutre ni bi ene say. Ena edei NDC amanyo kuo no. Efra Central Fonsia mu ne wo motwetwe nkomo. De asie no yade betudwa. Yasan ewura mu bia mu a. Owura anase Dr. Mamadu Bawomi allowance yo ka so de be ma anasefo no. Anasefo acha say ebre no say no. Ebre no aso. Nanso wo hwe sika no a wo hunu. Emu nsem wo ha. Yebedi nkomo de afa ho.
Yako ensemfo from so a enei se okopiemu ewo isi akachia eja eguni chema nya samketo na abrantie Oliver Baka Vomawo anso asa kasa wo kiremu se okopiemu eye Central Coffee aya akpafo ni lolobia se ne enema si kono abato komisara nye ne dwuma yeti watwetwe bia mane omo pa nya samketo a
mami sisiria da pa na samna eba beto dwa no a yedi ukomo no a yanwie no a mame no wafa ne ho adi asika bebrebe a eba beto dwa se egu ne mpase wo fa no owura domelevo ene owura jampo ene mpanimfo makoma wo ha apetisi mrase badwafie ne se ebe ya yamfra mame sisiri adapa wo mrase badwafie ne yemisa no ba bi onya scan free
na yawa abato afimu ide na se ye kwasantema ntemu a mame a wono na etu franka wo ye franka abede akire wo kura ede ama ene di se Professor Nana Jeno Pokwa Jima de nto abo edi akire ebo dwuma bi ewa satema ntemu na wo de afutuo kese akwade ama NDC edi afutuo a
Cedi yes say na ho de dollar ebua na ehwe no no say asamfofra ababeto dwan say Ghana fodo do no ano e kasa fa won say dollar ni Cedi mirikatuo no ama ye intimamufo no ye brepa
na yebeko aboso kan ene eho ena cast papers wonum tono wonum so ase won se gregre pa de egu aban so a wo bu kiremu say sene dollar na huri akosoro no nyasam ketwa ama wo madwuma esei enwumre ye gina ho
Potamu efi ya ye frɛ no Sanitation yedi nkomo edi afa ho Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa omampani akufo adne kan ene ye beba uroma akwa nkran ahwese efi no ekofom aneda so osoro
enei eja egu Dr. Mamadu Bawomi echemu enja sam ketwa won etu franka de ma NPP on e Ghana man pegyina be de akire ya ma ne pressure ama onu so ge hu asemi onu so akwa ka bi anwumre ye de mo nsem esomo
yamawura mu a Archbishop yo Cape Coast Most Reverend Charles Pamabako ede atudwa se social media nti ama mabunu dodo no ano aye kwadwofo ene papa social media sika oho huni muntra
onko TikTok bentia onko YouTube so da na ene eye International Boy Child Day na se da edi so wiase afa na baby ade akai ye mofra wono me mmema na ene ye futuo kese aba ede ama Ghana for we Boy Child Foundation Ghana ena wonom ede sa ensem yi etodwa a wode futuo koma awofo ye de honsem ebebremo we ni nsem afoforo pi ena ede be sommo ena anwumre se no sebremo Kasiebo Power 97.9 ena TV XYZ ni ya affiliates na wadwenkyere hwehwe yen ewo Facebook Power 979 FM like a page na follow na fe for adventure bra ya be kan dia ma TV XYZ Ghana so sa hwehwe XYZ Broadcasting Limited so YouTube so na fe for adventure bra Dr. Edu aba clinic ata echi ɛna yɛde Kasiebo yi ɛbrɛ mo de SM bitters aba bebe eto aduro bia bɛma koto bi na di umensem so like natural clinic ɛka ho bi yare bi ha obi abra yɛbɛhwɛ wo na bibia akɔ enkan na X natural mineral water no ɛna yɛ nsu a yɛnom no ɛnanwumere yi ɛyɛ kama paa akɔ ne kɔpɛ bi na no nom ɛbɛtumi aboam na Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center ɛkyerɛ mo sɛ nei wɔ dental clinic no wɔ hɔ ɛno akyi ɔbaa fibroid ɛnam yareɛ ɔbaa yɛbɛhwɛ wo kama paa ɛwɔ adenta abafo no bi ka ho amrepam wobɛte wɔnom ɛnka ɛnso ɛwɔ hɔ a wɔnom ɛkura yɛ mu dendendendendenden a ɛno nso ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa na Kasiebo yi ya yɛatena sie ɛdi paa ɛnanwumere ɛde so mmɔ ɛyɛ me PSA Okra Boys Prefect Chief Tankers Honorable without constituency mene menua
Okumangra Diwanf Oheneba Boama Benye Sahini Abrante meyemeni afei ensem ni nkyire mu ne Yabawra makokodi nkomo ama enuoma asie yedi ho nkomo a ena edey NDC amanyokuo no efren sentwerefo sie mu no wo mo etwetwe nkomo na nkomo twe ne mu no ena national AS wono kro ye hwan kro ne ya General Secretary ya owo ho edema amanyokuo no wura fifi koti ede etudwa se enuoma bi akoso ewo abato komisa akache na de etiopani ekasa nyina ne se wose se wo hwe abato komisa yie pa ne dwumadi ahodo a wodie nyina ne enuoma ekono eda na de professor papa yi ene maami nyina no omo ensua de wote se basabasa yi a ekoso ewo ekwanya ye fa so a ye register sensema do esisie ene mu hunuoma no enyina ne se enkrofo irikutu wo mo so momra me adwuma no kwada toto fewa eno maba be gina mba be adwuma no ntu obi aba no wato ase wo so eba ne se adwuma no enkoyie fe abato komisa ekwanyo fa so a wo se wode ye limited registration no eno so entwa yie eno na ka hunti a ama sa no ma we nyina no asisisi no yenko ne yenkonkotie nsem a wode tu dwane bi.
Mrs. Jean Menson announced in her press conference that the Commission has appointed returning officers and deputy returning officers for the 2024 general elections and will use them as registration and deputy registration supervisors for the limited voter registration exercise. We submit that the EC has acted unlawfully by violating Regulation 8(1) and 2 of CI 91 as amended by CI 126. And the law states as follows. 1, the Commission shall make available to the interested persons and parties at the district office the names and pictures of persons it proposes to appoint as registration supervisors, registration officers, registration assistants, and any other officials for the centers not later than 14 days before they are appointed. 2, a registered political party or an interested person may, in writing, object to any person proposed for appointment as a registration supervisor, a registration officer, a registration assistant, or any other official within 7 days after the names of the proposed officers have been made available. Now, did the Electoral Commission comply with the mandated requirement for the transparent recruitment of returning officers, deputy returning officers, and registration supervisors before their disingenuous press conference? Clearly, the answer is an emphatic no. Why would the EC blatantly disregard crucial regulations outlined in CI 91, a document constitutionally mandated for registration exercise? The law explicitly says that proposed names for appointment should be made available to interested parties 14 days before registration begins, allowing for objections within 7 days. Yet, the EC ignored this critical stipulation. Is this omission not a deliberate attempt to obscure transparency in the recruitment process, potentially allowing politically tainted party activists to serve as registration officials? Such clandestine actions by the EC must be universally condemned by all who cherish our democracy. The EC has developed a troubling pattern of disregarding the very CI designed to regulate their activities.
Atino and a fifi kote SI etras be able say. Abato komisa oma henedin. Say enuoma bi oha wonsia. Enuoma bi tese saying. Abato komisa ensia from the past mistakes awaye. Anu ka ho. And amani drew baby a wedru no.
We had hoped that the Electoral Commission had learned its lessons from the chaotic and disorganized 2023 limited voter registration exercise and district-level elections. Unfortunately, it appears they continue to demonstrate a profound level of incompetence across all areas of operation. One must ask, is the EC failing to assimilate critical lessons and make necessary improvements? Is this a matter of insufficient capacity or of resources? Or is it a deeper issue of neglect? The EC had ample time to prepare for this year's registration exercise, following last year's district assembly elections, yet they failed. A fundamental aspect of their preparations should have involved a thorough assessment of the BVR kits to be used. If such an assessment had been done comprehensively and thoroughly, why are we now facing the deployment of 40 or non-functioning BVR kits? These malfunctioning BVRs have significantly delayed the registration process in many districts. Moreover, the exercise has been plagued by widespread network challenges, bringing registration to a complete standstill in numerous areas across the country. This dire situation forced the EC to direct the officials to switch to offline registration. The NDC unequivocally rejects the Electoral Commission's use of offline registrations, which could potentially cloak their inefficiencies under the guise of technical challenges. Such practices not only undermine the integrity of the electoral process, but are also ripe for exploitation, including data manipulation and the introduction of errors that could skew the process outcome.
And what you know, Fifi Kote SI edit to Jabium say, a bredra was a abato commissar etrase. Now one more efre ayamami jemensa, and Peter Pia Hinen Dominamon Bamra Sebejafie. A kua ense abayase by partisan, ya enye NDC enye NPP, Nemom or Mujina Quantencro, no munye himu and Fafa EC, Nijumedia Wadio.
The choice before the EC is straightforward. They can either conduct the duties they have been given with the integrity that the position demands and ensure a peaceful transition of power, or the EC will face the full strength of a united and determined opposition. The Electoral Commission must not merely sit up. It must rise to the occasion with urgency and transparency. The EC is compelled to address the 35 critical questions posed by the NDC regarding the theft of the biometric equipment. The gravity of these issues cannot be overstated, and we demand clear and prompt responses. We insist on the initiation of an independent, bipartisan parliamentary inquiry into the conduct of the Electoral Commission, particularly focusing on the stolen BVR kits, which were under CCTV surveillance at the Electoral Commission headquarters, and the mysterious disappearance of BVDs. Indeed, these EC actions in the coming days will signal its commitment or lack thereof to upholding the democratic process in Ghana. We would accept nothing less than full accountability and immediate remedial action to restore faith in our electoral process. On replacement of lost voter ID cards, starting from the 30th May 2024, the EC is expected to provide cards at no cost to the victims of the flood that happened along the Volta River and Lake. This is a demand. It's not a plea, it's a demand. We stand not just as a party seeking electoral victory, but as
and one no, you have 50 quote and some of the Etugano. Ebino, you track Kasiebo so.
You first say, and so a no san, we are sent you at all and then you may. I won't cry. A man, I'm so my got a moya mana, face you are jack crying in our first one. Say we are born as a pesia san, a quana bow, a mobia so, and who a nenim acco. na abato komisa maami a woda no titrani maami jen mensan na wono na ne na me ho apaso yi na abrantie bi a wo kroma ene na na kufa do tini dia na wo muna nanim omuna pa anya sabketwa na nidide Oliver Bakavoma wo wono sei na na kufa do ne ne ti adoa ma so pa na nan na wadi nkrofo bi anim se wo mo court won be kwakoyi ma meje mense free say ya ba beto aba afi 2020 no omafo a wono mo na wo mo ka hohoi constituency 1 wo mo central coffee akpafo de lolobi ni lipe wo mo ka say wo mo nto mrahye bedwa abato ni bi nti wo mo to ma mampanyin pe na ni nyina ne se wo mo te wo mo edi free hohoi etina ho no ukoto MP amahwan na emom ubetuba yi president be se mfie nan nie ye ma wo mo MP wo mo da so ne nam ho Bakavama was say ensem hunu enimremu yagitumo enye na yensemfo ansemfo ehi kanawu is better than fashe utrim nti wakasa ama nanse obeka cry Franklin Kujo ye president ma imani African so ono so atiti bia mane ma meje mensa se wo mu ya de wo mu ganafo se wo ba ma amanfo bi o wasampote mo wo mo mrahye bedwani eti Bakavama was say sene sa ne amani sitia ne pa de wono agituma enye ye ti o de krata ababonten eno si gwei abato komisa ne nsem a wo keka odenam tentenwa ase wo ye kasantwie bi na obi a ganafo ye nka presempo a yejeje se to ena ye ditua o kama oda so air condition si wo so ye di aduane papa ma ho to no mpese obeye adwuma ma gana for dia ena na sansem fon no sabio enu kwase ganafo so ena o de krata na ababonten sa no wo se ye criminal na se etia amamra se wo bema wo be hwe ni mwan sei na obi eso to aba e wa amamram se eso to aba no wo ma ne to aba ni bi eye bonefo sem eye crime a ese maame no yetumi etwi ne na ase akonwa na ne to si fom se bom te se ne wo mo eye shaloto se no we su kofie bi eyeye efiri se wontumi nka so obi adi bone na wapam no na we adi bone abro so sei mfie 9 constituency ba ko wo mu ni MP bebe de na mpuntu akọ ya se bone kese pa anti no wa petition a chese wo kire mu se sene sansam no si course no de won pere kura eti wo bo no homoden ba bia wo be fa bia ne se eduam kura na okwa wura na wakwa akọji tumi a wo be wura makọji tumi na oni jenmensa be cha yam so okroma pa nya asam keto ye hwese yensa be kana wo man so ene na bonkobo de afọ we hu se enan ben ena wo gina so efiri se oni na akufo ado akwate na akufo ado nso de tintintirinti ye friend say papa special wono de wo paade a odi su na eje wansu anje a obemuna na waje ade bi opebia ne nsa be kanti sene na akufo ado aye no wo kroma yi wo mbreye ena wo san de na sema koje mensa so yi yensa kana yene no ebebo enkomo na afi yahunu bebi asusuan ede bode hono ebeto
yanto Kasiebo no so asemo kai a ene edai ena ewo se anesefo ya ewo Ghana ha nyina no a allowance akam NS students no wo monsa ka cash no na moma ye konko bisa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said you see eka so betu eska no esa so na o share bo say ene de ehu obi enu by 6 o'clock today no bi answer kan cash na yankwa doc na wo so be anything.
The controller is transferring 177 million Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Health to pay the nursing training allowances. So I have also alerted Dr. Okoboi to be on standby. When the money hits the Ministry of Health account, they should move it quickly to the accounts of the nursing trainees so that they will have their allowance.
Pascal Akwaba o. Pascal Akwaba.
Yeah.
Na bokwadi e mini abema.
So we are managing.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Pascal Mechiao. What is saying?
So we are managing by His grace and yourself.
Oh, we are also doing great. Pascal, Alawano Abba.
No, please. We've not had any confirmation of the inner payment, please, sir.
Anunti, dear Dr. Kayano, Sikane Enya Hete, my account no more.
No, please.
Nemo matete yakatra mo say Adru Ministry of Health. Ethiopia from Monday ekono ebebana.
We've not had any communication from the ministry, as we earlier on heard from the Vice President that funds advancement of money that will be disbursed with our members as today. But now it's 21 minutes past 6 o'clock. We've not had any confirmation. We have not had any information also on the ministry calling on us as the leaders that, okay, the money has been released from the Ministry of Finance to or to Controller General Department, or it has been released, and then we should be hoping to receive the money, if not even today, maybe next week or tomorrow. We have not had any information on that yet.
It's not just say no say you pa no a the year pe hunu ne say sika no emaye.
Yes, the money has not come.
My so disappointed. My disappointed the Vice President mu say the okan ye no want to me am fulfilling the promise ana.
Yes, when we want to talk about the disappointment, our disappointment is not only just even now with what the Vice President is saying, but our disappointment is even the fact that the inconsistency in the payment of the allowance has been so long. About 3 years. Some people have been owed about 3 years. Added like 27, 20 years, 50. It's like 27 months, 15 months. They have not paid. This disappointment has been there for long. I haven't heard that the Vice President was saying that the money was supposed to be released. We were thinking that the statement from the Vice President was going to be very different from what we've been seeing. And we're hoping that the whole of today we would have been seeing joy over our students. Because what we are talking about has been an ongoing that has been traumatizing the students psychologically in their various campuses. And we were hoping that from the statement that was made emphatically from the Vice President, it would have made a difference today. But that is not the situation as we are speaking now. And we're expecting that maybe the Ministry of Health would have called on us as leaders of the association, that is the Student Nurse and Midwives Front, to tell us that, okay, this is the situation. We have received the money, but the disbursement has not been able to take effect today. But we are hoping that the disbursement will happen now. But as we speak now, being the national president of the association, I've not had any engagement on that.
But the Vice President has been making noise with this restoration of nursing training allowance long time ago. I don't remember Bontia Meka say, Obwa, Yansanka Sikabia, no for 50 months, 30 months. Why?
Well, when you are talking about we are sitting down, we are not sitting down. And I'm going to state emphatically on the proceedings we've taken. Mm-hmm. When we had a meeting even with the former minister on this issue, we stated clearly the area. There was nothing. We made a press release regarding that to the media. After the press release, we presented petitions to the Speaker of Parliament, the majority and minority, and then the Committee on Health of Parliament.
Wow.
So it is not a matter that we have been taking for granted or we are sitting and folding our arms. It is just that we felt we are taken for granted. Because if this is a matter we have engaged the stakeholders, nothing has been done about that. We've had press releases to the media to drum deep our concerns. Nothing has been done. We've sent petitions, and we have copies of those petitions. The petitions we sent to Parliament.
Okay.
The Speaker of Parliament received one. The Committee on Health received one. Majority received one. Likewise, minority.
Do you have any message for the President or the Vice President?
Yes. I've been saying this over and over again. I think that this was a promise and a policy that they made emphatically, that the Ghanaian students and midwives reason with them that based on the importance of the allowances, let's give these people the mantle to take the lead, to restore it for us. And now they've come into power. I think that they shouldn't just make it a political or a campaign promise, but they should be able to fulfill what they promised the students or nurses and midwives of this particular country. Because when you look at the patient of nurses and midwives in this country, in fact, it's worth being. Because when you look at the number of months, and these people are still patient. But our patient too has a gauge. Because when you look at the frustrations a lot of students are going through, some of them are being denied examination. And without writing examination, it means automatically you are declared. And these are the challenges we face in the college. So I'm calling on the government that it shouldn't just make this statement to be a statement, but it should make sure that it delivers as expected. And we are expecting the Ministry of Health to also engage us by communication to let us know the state of it from what the Vice President has communicated. If the disbursement has been made and that it is not being able to reflect today on our students' account, or they are still proceeding to make engagement with the Ministry of Finance. Because when the Vice President stated, he assured us that the money was going to be paid.
Yeah.
Now the money has not been paid. There has not been any communication. So we are in a dilemma. And we expected that there should be clear communication on this. So we are calling on the government to do diligence and make sure that the monies are paid to the students within the shortest possible time.
Very much thank you for your time this evening.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay. I don't for Pascal, and I'm going to send you an Edin commodify Dr. Mamadou Baumia. Bosse, ya was share, yes, and Yamia Duma, and that the cast in the flu. Na, I'm not here to say, or Matanya Sikana Mai. Iti many Pascal Edin Comobisan says Canabeno, so am I. And I'm beside say, well, Sikane I had a hate, and I hear no so, and hate ye. Na, Wamunya and Ting Comobia Cram Free Baby, you'll be uncarry, and far entry was a BS Cano. And I bedru or tonight best say to ya and a yintia. And now, many reading common me sign every Sunday be so okay, send us a moment at Yadia. Na Musu say, or man penino, what disappointing man, and I saw my penny obedience. What disappointing man, I know so one can say disappointment. That's I said disappointment in the what disappoint to almost out from day one. Yet today will be the have 15 months in 3, 4 months. In 3 any be ya woman entry. It a Canada a it when no buy a kind no do money never. As say, at two money adrentrina, woman who does cano ebeba. Enti young cover tree and one also say near Jomo. I will home a jemo do one school no or more banny and say bemo malawa, the obedie or more exams a crown or more try a pamo woman and some outdoor bebre and a atuomo. It will do a muguso a watching you nemo. Adam a catcher and senti so a foot will be how the bema and penny abedi a chana. And was so, and you catch and say, said dear, what they a year the campaign promises no. A man in your campaign promises qua. Sicano, Wometria. As I saw Musu here scan when no one of the bomb obra. About the son of between a woman, I say, Obeko Kujina, Betria, Maristo, and Suscano and Mayeno, or Mutton son of Yomubo and your show. And I say, Yet the Cassan of the Abbey and tea, Dr. Mamadou Baumia, Pascal, etc. Sicano dear, so one fan ma, said ye Tibia number 12. As I saw the craft had a comrade, the field be a common speaker, minority leader, majority leader, or Mamma Munan crata, say, or Macassin on here. When ya pa, when it down, what said that one chia, and now what they do fans, and that ye heard so campaign. Won't say through us, but Mianco Bianca, restoration. I have restored the teacher training allowances, restoration of the nursing training allowances, also a jacka. Wajaka, what else na mu? So wajaka intina hete yeno. Inti madarum ha kwane jai.
Na ohene. Me mom de me gina breba akon e wasasem we hu ne se. Yewra John Mahama te so no. Orezi nursing training any teacher training na ko biaya so mu wie school a wo benya degree certificate.
Yeah.
Legon for we a wo degree. Ken University for we degree the same degree.
Yeah.
But wo no na ye more allowance bia etire Ewra John Mahama twem but say wo be promise ya say wo betua de a and say wo tua mom because me bia me gina ne kire say me no me ngintum say yentua but man panyi a promise wo mo dada na o de campaign ama school for ya to aba ma we die tua because NDC for aban ne kire say wo mo be ma loans oji a na wako school
obi akọ school a oji student loan
come abroche nyina betua bi na waye because say money legon for nyina age set pe first na nurse for no so na adopt ayi na a teacher for no so ka so bi ko training college o se me nko na teacher for ntu am ka ye den ema ehode ye de ema mo ko say ye do so aban ma mu degree nti ya ma allowance bi mfanye dey but Dr. Mamadou Baumia say otumi stua
also tua
because na san krofo we na kasa na omo ye poafo dodo
ono wa no so ntuo
because so wo hwe pa wakwa akohyebo na de mampanyi kwasi dum so to atwa enso enne ya ye dum nkania sabre ya ye kase obi tie we radio so ne buofu ya dum nkania yenko ensem foforo mu na yemfa Kasiebo no enfa emremo high power 97.9 afa TVXYZ yakwa santeba ntemu na running mate ma NDC Franka 24 be de chire okunu ni na Jane Opoku Ajeman wano ena wade ne nto aba kopie mu ewa Asantema ntemu na sama waka nyina ne eyetiawa se oman no mu ayeden oman no mu ayeden no ese Ghana fo ehunu se sebio se wo fa kwan bi so na mboa wa ye fa kwan foforo so nso kohwe ade na wo hwe Jomama amamuo na wo hwe na Akufo Addo amamuo emfie nwotwe Jomama de emfie nan a wo kwa Asantema ntemu a Jomama eye enwuma bebre pa eti NDC fo amukasa de ma party no executive nya fe na mo ba betena ho na me na me polling station agent na hwan na mo fa ma me ba no emre ne nso e kra ye twuro din mo nhwe se obi a e wo se fata ono twuro din ne etoso mienu mema mo ma akwara bi ama me twuro ni din bi a ho MPP fo ni gina mo so mo nyina bi e mo nche mo se mo nyina na Ghana ye mo de na project a ye wura Jomama na ye wura Mills ye no mo mbo hu dawuro mfa nkire Asantema ntem se na Akufo Addo ba ye wabon wonye hwe ma Asanteman promise ne de wo mutumi ma obegina TV so wo mu waskanti wo mu kokma promise na obi abeti okroma nanso no se wo mu beye de enye ye etino NDC for monyere mo ho na afi monye mayemmo enene Oliver okay yababa ma me je na opoku agema ene no na se we ni nyina ye abato nsem yenko Oliver bakavoma wo ho Owura sa wote menka TV XYZ to the Power FM so ne ya mawa jo e mawa kwa aba ya te se wo ye petition na wa ye dada se wo hwe Central Coffee eye akpafo lolobi ni likpefo a kwan a Jemensa do ma fa so no enya kwa papa nti ye nhwim na se akonwa enan ben na wo gina so ene hefa na wo de fa na wo de fa ho a e de na Ghana fo enhwe anim biom
Chisi me that's say Oma Makunyi say ebedi yi asemu komo kakra. Na bese 4 years ni na jinna na ne Electoral Commission. I decided say yeah mo adwin say aka daba kwan e ka beto aba on 7th December no e the press statement fear bon say we no mo mo Central Coffee akpafo lolobi na ligbe. Say ya bato ayi ni ma shebeja for this year. Omunzimenko yibi. Na 4 years ni omuma huntra ye enka wofa sinfa hu besine. Aye Ghana mpanyifo aye Speaker of Parliament. Omo anka so omo Attorney General npo aka se di omo ye no etia constitution. Omo anka ho hwe abesine. Na no yete ho a omo se omo kopie audio bi wo WhatsApp to na Franklin Kujoda Imania no. Kase if before see mtrimpo ama ye nua no mo Central Coffee ni hotel ho no anto abani nti no mo yi hu press statement tie na no kwani 4 years ago asem tie no ye mu bi no mo kai ho na ye 46 edi petition come out man pedi said yo mo ye no si yamra nti ka ye njem na asotwe da ho no nka ye fa ntwen in Mensa ne 2 other commissioners that were Electoral Commission. Omanpenyin de krata no petition no call petition actually na every 90 pages. Edi koma Chief Justice the Constitution e kano. Chief Justice as that can krata na o say ebi no yi assembly call every krata na call president ne ho no ebi no yi pages e film. My exact command president said, I then and the president, Black Staff was for any petition about more UPS. Almost 3 hours, no year. Yes, I did new ones. I call you. Any corporate na the man say or the Assembly Cosia Supreme Court say, yeah, you know, the Supreme Court in shame on a home.
Hello, Oliver.
Yeah.
Say, I am a mission man's assem and a wooking. Jemensa onna oda abato commission nano eti te send na wo ka no my petition dada e de akọ
over 3 years asem no ka yem fra asem no ka ho hwe no te you know say aye penyimfo bi omo ayema echo mutim process na Jemensa no ye be protect no ye ko yi petition fi ho say me mo na say mo amode statement the to just say almost creative district na constitution say 1 district 1 constituency no and here ama ye no mo 1 district for Central Coffee for 1 twaba na assembly in Yakakra because constitution yet no I can't ever baby I said I just want this one constituency. Now Yamemumpoa your constituencies near district M1 not that. The CNL constituency 275. The district year 261. Ye 30 years I did see Kabimamin Kebia Bemuno. Ye nya constituency one district. And it's a complaint like I said, my explanation of the other 2 days here. I can't track the rich the years. Now, almost to me, in Yanamo was and local being posted. Poma, Chona, the Omudia, and Fanchom. Yes, I'm with you, Tim Potter, Omudia, Omundia. The Omo can say, Yomuya, no Moya.
Eti sesiano mo de petition a confirm me ensene mampanyin anya ho adwuma sa wo hwe ne atwam kona tama ya ma me Charlotte sei nkrofo bi a wo manyi wo manyim da e petition mampanyin Akufo-Addo wo ye hu bibi eti wo de ensema otatro wo social media chese na Akufo-Addo onyo obi a wotie Ghana fo asem ti sesiano petition foforo yi anase anamu to ya wutu sesie yi no wo de wani akyere hefa pote na nipa do sen ene tawochi a wo de epese yeyi Mami Jenmensa edi free akonya so.
Komampenye na do na trega na pose ono be we during the eduma no etimi no ontimi nya biom no yen twen de ebeto abama no biom. Ye hwe senia tetian dia age ono so no mayo magin said Jenmensa edi o me protect ya be protecting. Ti ye twen na se Ghana for no ko to abayi omo na ti omo ye ye no na twon ho aso. Na se ye tia ya ye bibie tie constitution pa ye betena o mayi mu de ya nye bibie amfa ho a ye democracy ya se ke ma mekem bi amamu yi de e beto sima kakra enti no ya twen se be yi na de so ye nya ye ye se de ye ni de ye die petition ato 25,000 ye benya so 2,000 ye benya no no ho ne de twen aban ya be ba so bi ma yi nana shobo efiso a ne no akọ
mo boabo am ho wo map na mo ye eti se ne nsuo ye no saa na wia ben obi aba nka wo beba abrabotene ne na we ba ya wan ba abrabotene ne de oman mra no e ma mo ho kwan se mutumi invoke mra no na fe mra no so etumi eyi no edi free akonwa so nti petition no mabie mu wo hefa na anasa mo ye no online
ye no online na enche biampo no ye de beto graphic na se no bia be hu na komiti de ne nta to asie na Ghana po be tuna kire se undimi mu ye mra na unfa hu ni fa
enyi bibia ni a mayaso entepa ewo ho wa abra mu bie petition yeda se eni mra wanya ne ya twetwe nkomo TV XYZ Oliver Baka Vomawo na wote ne nka no wono na wo petition command na Akufo-Addo fa Jenmensa nsem fon na wo die e wo kroma na obi antumi nka na asem na waye no ho kenkon no nam no na Akufo-Addo amfi no ti wan fi ne saa no wo sesese wo san hwe obi fufuro mu aban fufuro beba no na ono nso aba be ye hu bibi nti se de ohene ba ye warm up na ye nyina ye be kwa akosan be fu se ewiase mu aye wo no nsemfo ehi pa na ye be sa konsem fufuro no mu a na ye da so egira mu na asante bantem na Mame Jena no pokwa jimai running mate de be Ura John Jabani Mahama ede afutu ama NDC for say 4 years I Ura John Mahama be di obo adwuma wo de toto na Akufo-Addo ho a hu tei exams na wa try anka santement ko feli nti ye mo NDC hu enwuma no hu dewuro mfankyira santeman say wo mo a wo mo say se wo hye aponche MPP atale kora mbeto ama no wo mo hwe na Akufo-Addo ba ye de se ja se wo to aba ma aponche de ontumenya hwe se wo gina ho ani nti em se no msika no na Akufo-Addo nso I am Ponchiniama, Edia Tromo, or Yeshi, Etino, woman more in this Huniama de Uruna, as Antemantem, almost a sound one margin.
Well, I've heard of fights, I've heard of violence, I've heard of machines that have not worked the entire day into the second and third day. I've heard of things that raise the tension in the country, and my hope is that going forward, that's not going to happen. All I want Ashanti region to do is to look at our record. We need to campaign on our record. Voting and all of that is about development. Otherwise, there's no reason for it. We can all comfortably stay in our homes. So if we are voting because of development, just check our record.
Professor Nana Jeno Pokwa Jimaya running Medimaya John Jamani Mahama, Semino Edaho, Asempaetia, and on our 20s for Fono. Motraho, Nama Mohu Deuru, na NPP for Chifamaswa, and no dear Sebio, Yobino Kumenchi.
Yantwaso ene ni nkɔmɔ na nkɔmɔ foforɔ bi asu ya de asu anu ɔse pa ne sɛ auditor general kanede no owura Daniel ya Domlevo ɛna Martin Kpebu ɛna Dr. Adam Bona Professor Ramford Jampo ɛne mpanimfoɔ makomako wɔ ha atwo petition fɛfɛɛfɛ ɛde wɔn nsa de ahyɛ ase de akɔmra hyɛ badwafie sɛ ɔmanya ne nteɛ sɛ wɔtena jamamra hyɛ badwafoɔ bɛba sɛ Jordan so na wɔn ba beduru pɛ wɔn hwɛ petition ni mu bi mfama wɔn na ne nyina ne sɛ na nsan wɔn wɔ hɔ na wɔn anya ne nteɛ sɛ maame a yɛ Francis Liarapa ne dem ho afifiri sika te sɛ mmire ama amanfoɔ kɔ hɔ sɛ yɛkɔhɛ sɛ ampa ɛdan mu afifiri sika de wɔn ho bi da na deɛ ɛde sansɛm wɔ nyinaa no ɛba yɛ ne sɛ maame Sisi Liarapa akwala no anu ne to ne house girl no no so akwa ne boy abama omo ba ye no na sika fifiri dem ho bebre ena wo mu etu bia ene omo de bi koto fie e de bi eye japade ahodo ena omo ja house adwuma no eye se omo abre omo nso anya wo mo ehum atu nti omo da nyame aseda asase anya wam ena omo firi ho ko tamale koji wo mani chiria omo koto ene say a prosifo kwache wo mo say maame no say sika no eye ne dia na $1 million ena ayirade free cash ne mu hey wo $1 million e wo dem wo $1 million wo dem na sika na ayira ne yankwani yankonkobo domo sukwai Ghana fo ye wurawura mu ano na say enye $1 million ne nkwa na egu ene ye dollar no ye fa se twon sika na gu ache abunu sika na ese kokua ye tu ne foforo no sika ne mu ohwam adam ha nyina sika at Bank of Ghana for one warehouse sika ni empana se nyina we gia sensen dan ho polythene bag mu empaboam ba bia sika nko a ene ndie Special prosecutor 2 cars 15 wow ene ma mini fie ho ye pakena ka we yayema ya pakena ka we yayema ya pakena ka we yayema ya pakena ka we yayema toa so sika nko a ma Sisi Adapa ono ko ne dem ena wo mo de as sika kogu bank ene ye de asem koda court special prosecutor says wo hwe nsem koduru ba bia afre sentwefo nhia mu ene wo mo ahia woni sentwefo hia mu ya asem o ka kire ene sen waye ankwa anoma wode ne kraba afode waye de obetum bia ne breso a wobekọ no se wode ma Sisi Adapa asem ne koduru court a agagefo no si ehunu anu ani ye tete no ani etu won se foul play bi wom asem no oni ya kire biem na mo kae a ma Sisi Adapa case ya eba ye ene ye man pani na na dodan kwa akufo ado ankasa ma me ne ka sa adwuma no wonye biem wode letter koma nana ena nana je letter no wode pencil paper so. My dear Cecilia, how are you? I missed you too much. I know at the end of this case you will be exonerated. You will be exonerated. Nobody will see anything around you. More cash on the way coming. Thank you, my dear lover. Bye bye. Hey! Amani hunini. Masa. Yasi adi asem so kokoma EOCO. EOCO tra asem so di hwemua. So bi na frɛ yo. Omo kire se case no somo mo. Eti oma yo mu hwemu ma de beto odwa no. Ma Sisi Adapa akra no wanya aboni bia. Ema akoyi a ye frɛ no Samokuja twenso eba abonte be ka se ane Ghana fo mo sɔre na mo kɔ bidem na sika gu ha mo kɔ akɔka ho asɛm ade mo sika yira. So wow! Ambulance. Na eno ɛna saa mpanimfoɔ bɛɛ sɛ nnɛ yɛnumi yɛ nnipa bɛɛ sɛ wɔ ha ɛka ho ɛde akɔma mmarahyɛbadwafoɔ sɛ wɔn mo nte committee a ɛnyɛ NPP ɛnyɛ NDC bipartisan na yɛmfrɛ maame sisiri adapaa mɛtena anim wɔkae a maame no de bɛtɔ odwammerɛ bi sɛ ne nua bɛɛma kwaku nantwi yɛ a no wɔpɔrehye mpaboa bantema yɛ ɛkɔtee ne hene ankyɛ wɔwuyɛ no kwaku nantwi ayi ase sika ɛma kwaku nantwi yere yɛ n'adwene sɛ me kunu sika ɛna gu dam de amede wokɔ court ɛna maame bɛsesa n'ano na nsɛmpo deɛ metete ateɛ koraa kyerɛ sɛ yɛse ne kunu sɛ sika no ɛyɛ aduane ne yere mmienu asevu ɛfiri dɛ ɔmo ware yɛ de ba bɛsi nɛ ɛtu ɔmo dan mu deɛ kyɛ commercial bank ɛno no na nsɛm no mu ɔwerɛm enti matempebu ɛne mpanimfoɔ bi yɛde akɔda akɔto ayi parliament sɛ ɔnyɛ nhwɛmu ɛmfa ma ɔmo na ɔmo hunu baabi ɛsusan ɛde bɔɔde hono ɛbɛfa yɛgu so ɛdɔm asukɔ sɛ yɛnsa bɛka yɛwura martin pebu ne yɛne no adi nkɔmmɔ de afa nsɛmi ho yɛnsa ka no a yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ de afa ho na maame sisi adapaa baabi a ne sika no ho asɛm akɔkoduro no yɛde nkɔmmɔ de afa ho
sika no nea wante no baako no ɛsi sika no ebi hyɛ fridge a yɛnso mu
ai na sɛ dɛm hɔ deɛ
di freezer
awurade yɛsi siri no wɔde wɔn nsa wɔ ne sei wɔbɛn sɛ sika no pɔtɔpɔtɔpɔ ei
na sɛ sika a wammerɛ a wonya ho deɛ saa o wotumi fa nkɔ bank because Ghana ha sɛ sesia no sɛ wokɔ bank koraa na wode sika ɛkɔto obi account ma ebisa wo Ghana card
mo
ebisa wo source of funds eti sɛ wonni Ghana card wontumi kɔ amfa sika nto obi bank account mu na wokɔ yi na de sika ɛkɔto bank yɛbɛbisa minister source of fund
maame nso adwuma no wɔyɛ no wɔ kurom ha
yɛnim na katua
wɔyi bɔlɛ mu o wɔte gotamu ɛprɛprɛ
ɛno koraa na wɔntumi ntim eti source of fund no wontumi nti wode bɛhyɛ deep freezer mu ara kurom ansɛ mu sisi na akufo ado ama mu o yɛbɛhu nneɛma wo ma yɛnto aso na akufo ado ama mu o wɔyɛ part 1 and 2 part 2 no na etua mu nie wɔse Baumi atwerɛ 170 questions ɛde ma na mefa de kran seye I can vice president Pakwesi Bekwin misata ekyerɛ mu sɛ wabɔ paa na Cedi no ɛsɔre a na ɛsa agbagya Nigeria jaga poor man dey sofa enti no Ghana for tomo ɔmba Cedi no ɛbɛ yiri wenten efisɛ ɔndi nnwuma bɛba wɔba yɛ kora mo kae sɛ wɔka sɛ wakye dollar ne de na hyɛ prison ɛde key na ma IGP ene ukɔ black market a dollar no ne number say 50 cedi 50 pesos ene ukura $1 Ghana sika 15 aboso kan force ya den bɔne bɛn na ɛyɛ Baumia bɔne ɛyɛ nyina ne sɛ yɛ tete yɛ mɔwura mu keka yɛn saase GG sika ɛde brɛ mo sɛ mo fa nya campaign fa bi ntua nsɛntwerɛfoɔ ka na mo ma Ghana fonte mo nsɛm na Ghana fonto aba ma ne bɔne ayɛyɛ nei yɛkɔkra ne ma fra brochi a port charges kuyen dollar no nso akɔsoro nti sɛ so ope $100 a na okwa akɔpɛ dollars no e de akwa agi sɛ okura 50 million sika dada no obi sika 100 wode 1000 mako eyurade eti aboso kan fo akasa wo mo kyerem sɛ nneɛma ne nkoyie eti tachiado ene kasa edema aboso kan spare parts dealers association wɔse na ogu adwuma ogu bank wie no aboso kan no oba begu no na wo mpene so enti no
the fall of the Cedi no the position of the association no you are making it clear say by issue statement I'm a authority na who say especially Baumia ni group no say kwan ya $1 na faso no omo die ehwamo isan say obefa $, 2016 4th May na do $30 ne ye 3 cedis 72 pesos before December ko to aba no $, ne ye 3 cedis 97 pesos ye to aba no ye rua December mu no ye rua January mu no na ko 420 pesos up to today $, na ko do 15 cedis actually say within space of 8 years no almost 13 cedis $, no increase another watch of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and no association position is this is the worst management manage the economy especially the Cedi dollar differentials no no prices of goods and services the clear no spare parts they increase because they no and you be no control prices no me who an kwa na nema bo asate air cost leader and the fall of Cedi so there after beka ho no fiti this time I call December there say abana anya bi afa $, no ho there ube price be chuta akosoro because yes na affect duties no no bi afa che ntrim say enye spare parts for no mutumodin na mu eye mismanagement manage the affairs of our $, Cedi differentials no and a massa issue when you aba
Tetiado kasa de ma aboso kan spare parts dealers association na mo de nim na musuo bomo mo san kwa gigi ska bi on san kwa mabawomia obekwa akogina platform so akosa alomojata na ende osawie na se owini a oba ende omia mo kon ani afa na omo se omo Nigeria omo ye West African Automotive Summit bi na omo sign krata senka Asia companies bi na part ya Ghana yeta etoto nintentem ene ese oton bi aboso kan ni magazine se me maame emotonton bi a ene okwa ubenya bi sesi on person ba build the plant wa ha na taxes na do so dodo na nka wo montoto to bi wo kuruma ya nti yenhwe sene no nso ho nsem osi echire mo kire power essential
ye ba Nigeria be represent Oman Ghana eye aboso kan papers ena ye counterpart na ewo so magazine ni Chamber of Industry so moton cars no ye ba West Africa motive show a 250 countries a ye be show mo ha na e kamera say omo ye be show mo no dodo na Asia for 90% Asia for nko nti Asia for na e kan automotive industry na omo no mo di motiti man na eni mo di nkomo yi e ma chairman Henry Junior ya sign memorandum of understanding with 2 companies are on be so manufacture ka hunya ma Ghana especially ball joints and bushings and tie rod nema getting bo ha on be so manufacture tell you more than as memorandum of understanding na
Benjamin Techiado eno no wano kasama aboso kan spare parts dealers wo mo yire mo ho se on be bo na spare parts bo abafom eti nsuo ya atoi mesrawo udunam bebi na nsuo no dɔso ahwe na wanko fam na o ka no part bi sɛ ya ne bo den pa ubi so hene ba obeka kyerɛw
yamumra mu ne yɛni nkɔmɔ na afei yɛnkɔ sanitation so nkɔmɔ na ɛbrɛ no aso ano no Ghana fo bi ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo kodwa mu a enuoma boɔ kwa na ɛkɔ soro ayɛ ɔmo wanwa ɔmo dwen ho ɔmo nte aseɛ TVXYZ sentwerɛfo tisi abɔnten ɛne amanfo twen nkɔmɔ
nema kɔ soro pa sisia no obi a yɛ ne ɔpɛ because we bet me aton bibi
power Kasiebo community watch aprobo ayebo e wo mantem ekomiamia se ne be ya ye be hye se ahudidie ene kanko akọ e wo ye mantem mu se ne be ya ahudidie e be fa ne ntuma pira efra e wo eye nkran mantem ene ye ne aprobo no etimi kopie mu e wo eye nkran tudu kimbu school enim ho e bebi amanfo bebre enim se VIP bus ni si no eko hye ahudidie se na efa eko ewo ho emra ekopie mu no ade a eye ebola yesum ewo ho no eye asefin eye pa wo hye samre a eye infoni a eche egui eye bra ye ni ekopie mu ewo ho
sremo monfa enche na enuoma no akachi mesremo moma yensan konkotie ene no we no yebesa ba chirenti yenkotie we no wo adwadifo no mo kire se nuoma mu ayeden no yenkɔyemra
nema kɔsoro pa sisia no obi a yɛ ne ɔpɛ because obi bet me aton bibi 1 cedi instead of selling it 50 pesos untumi challenge no untumi nyane hwi nyama akoso too much say in fact we didn't know that this particular government this is how things is going to be like because time now government buy almost see yet castle and so a comedian, so why not change things to good things? Very bad.
Etu petrol mu so omo ma price ne but say kotonya mana yen to me to be kula first no na 15 cedis e ba bedu 30 na no koto be kula 40 cedis anya na also beto ama customer oba be yi aton so mo yin ba ku 4 cedis wo ko me boy din dodo ni bon e din kura dodo enti e be ya anka ma no mama petrol ni ba fo na nyama ni ba fom na ye ho ha ye wo se ye bre se tu petrol mu pe na niama aye basa ukoto ade ne ochira obekọ na aye different nkrofo no so omuto ade wo ye nche no omo so omu kasa enti e pa abani chew onhwe na se na petrol no kwosoro no onhwe na petrol no omba for mai na ye susu edwafo no sɛ na nso yɛ totɔ nneɛma no a yɛnso yɛaho nneɛma no nso aba fam kakra na obi nso bɛtɔ wɔ yɛn nkyɛn a na ɔno nso so wanya sika na ɔde atɔ
wei ɛne adwadifoɔ bi a wɔadwam a wɔn kyerɛ sɛ nneɛma boɔ ayɛ den ɛno no na afei yɛnte nsimu ɛ wɔn sɛ wɔ abere a ɔmampanin Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ɔbɛba no wɔhyɛ bɔ na bɔhyɛ no a wɔhyɛɛ no ebi ɛne sɛ ɔbaa Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. Yankonkweti asɛm a wɔmampanin Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo kaayɛ ɛde fa Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa ɛho.
The commitment I want to make is a commitment I want all of us to make. That within these 4 years, by the end of the 4 years of my term in office as president, Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. That is where we want to get to.
Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. No, watumiaye and wentumianye. The senti Kofi Abrante etini hu esi dwam eko tudu labadi adjimai Washington Bay. Ene mia hodo eko hese san ena eho etie.
Power Kasiebo Community Watch aprobo ayebo ewo mantem eko mia se ne be ya ye be hye se anwodidie ene kanko akọ ewo ye mantem mu se ne be ya anwodidie ebe fa ne ntuma pira efra ewo eye nkran mantem ene ye ne aprabo no etumi kopie mu ewo eye nkran tudu Kimbu school enim ho baby amanfo bebre enim se VIP bus ni si no eko hye anwodidie se na efa eko ewo ho emra ekopie mu no ade a eye ebola resum ewo ho no eye asefim eyie pa wo hye samre a eye infoni a eche egui eye bra yeni ekopiem ewo ho
Kimbu tema station anyhow we hear say ebola we see Accra and we the cleanest city in the whole Africa Nana Akufo-Addo we catch we ebola emini edwadifo wa ha ina ebola no emini o
enu echi no yetumi ene yeni esanso ekopie mu ewo labadi adjimine Washington Bay eko share se na anwodidie nso afa ne ntuma pa efira samre ya be pie mu o hye eye sumina ewo mechi a wo be kase ebola yi ade a afa amanfo o hye gotemu nso a ededa ha ade a gotemu ni na aye fi moto a amanfo kira eye bola egu yechi no ade a o makasa akasa afa onsa no amanfo da no ade a wo ne bola ni sum ha na mmom no ade a bola hu ne nkito mu kra na samre hu Power Kasiebo se be kai a ye mampanin Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo etimi ni tuja echie mu se ade a nwodidie ebetumi afa ne ntoma pa efira ewo nkramantam mu a one sensen oba bibi man mu a ade a nkramantam be ye ebia ba ko a anwodidie ebetumi afa ne ntoma pa efira
wei Kofi Abrante amanebo ya wodi free no ho a eba ye eno no yeda so ewo so wadaroma ba bia efi ewo ene na sefo nyina no yebeba the last time edi Kofi number 2 dwa no yesi ba bia mo frefre no ne na sefo no na kwan no wa eho ntumi ma ho sege adan ne na sefo no eho ne de ontumi ma ti eho ne de
Ghana o
eho so eka Accra ho na eho de agi utwa na wo de aba Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa nyame ya adoma Nana Addo fie na chi ho no yebekwa kutwa ne de abekere mo hu se efia mene man ne rough no no ne fie chi kura wontumi mprepra obede no ama Accra ayi the cleanest city in Africa yetwe ho aba matade fefefe hyeme abusua pani eno pam hyeme yakomra yemra metra se ne yedi nkomo yebesi ya Say Yasai Emma Kwaba, Yan Fasade Mudro from Sabash, Heba Center, na Sawasomwa. Yade Emma was Sabash, see a phantom and him say sexual weakness, infertility, hepatitis, and sexual weakness, infertility, sexually infections, and then I say for no. Fabraho, Obesaw Yade, I'm a winning adje. Southern Sabasco Kobi Tessano, Ukoko Etumoja and Wanono, Uyamatim, Usisi Yawa, Branabe Pebina, and Enye. Over to me, I was Sabas, La Paz, one Abrantia Sport, and a New Market Quanason. Friend was 0500 064 000 0500 064 001.
Extra time in water and so just why name you may so copy and say so papa abadwaswa FDA this temper team so no ma unya pomude ex natural mineral water adaroma bora melcom mo bia mu na fe e won kran ha obenya bi wo su labadi ne potema adaroma brati xyz video mu ha say su papa eno na enom dwumade bia udi bia eno a 059 627 3546 059 627 3546 and 059 627 3547 ofra yabejo so ba fidwe ma so hwenya minipa Robert obema obi wan mu nyina aye krado etwen mo
Little George Health Shop ebeboa mu apom de nsema wie kama Little George da se papa enra aduro no ebedru ye Koa Mr original one organic papa na obianum bi na mwani padua no na gina so che Little George Health Shop na wose aduro bia ohwehwe bia no frɛ no fe Koa Mr original no ubenya bi e de free ho or tema community 5 was a PV or roundabout any previous afternoon. The number is 0243 140213 0243 140213.
And your mamma so mendana say of a Little George Medasepa we are correct man Ruta Mr. S ye malaria drew and a malaria when him soon now kakran confred Rubianum check it say a positive inquire for malaria. A drawback on FDA for Chiremo say to me no edit side 3D yare Ruta Mr. Dr. Abbey and a dear bag Gaftram award ya Ruta Titanic typhoid fever drew typhoid fever udiagro ebeku simple kope Ruta Titanic ebeboa Ruta life no boa ema nane umoja srade ne ade ema moja die frusani ye na sa boost immune system and also no ma ebema wa fine ho be fe konekope bi o call Little George ho a ewo tema community 5 abusu wo ho ne boofo eno ati pharmacy shop bia mu Ruta no pay bi wo ho 0244 503 443 ofra doc ebejo so
3P garlic mixture no so no bidia unya binuma ebeboa da bia me catch us garlic adro papa no a ewo kromu no eno ane 3P garlic mixture the best garlic mixture ya wo type o unya bi eno no Piwak natural health eno de aba wonum garlic adro wonim de unya nanso we de ahodaso no ene ahotoso ni no ma obenya wum no ebroso kra 3P garlic mixture Piwak ne number any 0248 928 824 0248 928 824.
Solar Natural Clinic, Dr. Solomon Apia Kubi, KNUST trained doctor, was a mencha munina na oba untumin wo. Bra, yabesho. Nan saying what to say, I say dialysis once a my day. Sana confirm not to cram and sapen or who or hineba. Have no muso mukutubi account. Kidney yare ni kuaman for. What the asa say no phone, bra. Yet you draw kawa, me silver ground now subium. Kidney yare, a manin kuna, unquan so ye liver problems. And also say kuma man for Nancy Panty bra. You bet you my boy now feel be on us at that yare bia oba, you bet you my show diabetes, arthritis, and nemo yare aqua baby, or don't so our bread. Dr. Solomon Apia Kubi, na so no kukumlemle. You be have a senior high school no fire number, ne phrase CA 0553 932631. You drop for oba, you be show kama 0553 932631. Dr. Sulak. Na so ye ho asem ena maka kire no
Power Specialist Eba Hospital ena Efrem Mami Beatrice akosua bia ya ena Efrem no ose fantom anim say hepatitis A B C D and E otu ase sciatica broken bones ulcer compo and fibroid ena ehaw dia ena ye wode ya no say woni no ebedin sawso manage sonko atumi aba Kumasi branch no o feyi ase legbosom twe akwan no so woni Josbro filling station ena din hwe no Accra branch Kwabenya Pokuasi ACP Kwara so Takrade branch no Anaji Estate one Anaji MA Primary School and the din hwenu The number is 0244 544 422. 0244 544 422.
Yanko Dr. Edu Eba Clinic na enei wode duro bia by friend SM Bites e be medro mesraw enko kan newspapers anajo abra se udi mensem mesraw be ma nom SM Bites e be bo apa ma wogina na so yire bebo ni sema ma e ma so tumi nom bi wa watenka ate akọ koneko pebi Richco Heba e wo Kasi Drug Clean na bo ache kaso a tribe of Judah mensa watakrade o de Fred Dr. Edu sesie na na mo nkomo 055 837 9545 055 8379545 hwehwe yen ewo Kwahia Hinku Street ewo nkran hase na fe okọ mankasimu nso aye oba fi krum doc ebetuma ajo so de ane se wafre no
Spanish Ginkgo capsules no ye strategy free Ginkgo biloba ne soya oye ene ye de ye ebo adwene akoma eho ban ekuta anti aging nto no ma wunyini da wona setata ya waduro eno no ojonso bebre bad cholesterol and menstrual disorders no waduro eno no obatumi afre Dr. Penny e was 0266 1141 0266 1141
Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center SNA umoja edia fuseni eye stroke about cholesterol kosura ma doctor warning many bra ebetuma hwe opa immune boosters awodo ye de medical capsules na buy no so beboa prostate cancer eku mema wadu mpanyin fie so na Sir Johnson ne mayi abra ye behwe diabetes typhoid fever malaria ene ne aka ne de ye mun ketwa hwehwe wa dental barrier ye ne police station edin hwe ni mu ya san wa dental department no so oseno kone kohwe kama pa machines guo pa eje kojo ye was school for the deaf ni chen wa kuma sa ahene makokobe ye na manie 0244 068447 kai hunu say 31 years ni ayeba Ghana ye bo adwuma ya sanyare sa ema ehwa emba asem dante wo ba ho a insuru kra ye numbers no ne gu screen so no freyen na woni ye mon komo ohene amanfo se wo mo cha pa aduna ni moni ade wo se obo adwuma enti wo so e de wo messages aba mo amode messages ba ye ni nyina e da mo ase mon koso ana montie TVXY that mon hwe Emmanuel ni na no te o se aban ni dintro JK o se oyiwa allowance number na Oscar Joe ya da se Tommy Fresh K on so say ya dumne light but am location and count messages the door so mepem nyame boa etena se a yebesan aboa ama ni nyina aba ene ya woda won gumbe beba so gumbe no nwatwe TVXYZ chia wo hene ba oba betena se oba bebubom o se ba o mian den
o ene wonye hwe so na ola wa no ntua no enti obekọ kutua ma hoto aba mama ntia abusia pani
e
chia papa nwumre atade enso ofe na me demu nice way swag pa nti abusia pani atade efe papa ye da asenya me chira
Alaji Tanko wo so ye chia wa na nwumre Alaji Tanko eno ameda yie pa
chef
Alaji ohene ba so ye chef me so me so ye chef ye disi a team ni nyina ye da masem CR ne obi a medin e di PSC Okra Boys Prefect Chief Tanker Sonwabo without constituency minimum
Okumangra di wanf oheneba boama benye yedamu nyina se anwumre